8:21, let's make a deal. Jeff Schwarz back here on the BT couch, and anytime you come back, you know there are some good stories when it comes to the art of negotiation. Nice to see you.
Good seeing you again.
On the Go is the theme for the new episodes, one of which just aired last night. There are so many places that you traveled to on this. Yeah, in North America, Toronto, Palm Springs, and then I see India on the list.
Yes, we went to India. Yep.
And I know from personally speaking with the family, there are some shrewd negotiators in the family. How does the art of negotiation switch culturally when you go over there?
Do you know, I mean, this year was a little different than normal because we did go to India and we did all this crazy stuff. But yes, the Indians, they have a very good reputation for negotiating, but you got to sort of immerse yourself in their culture, and you got to sort of figure out their system. But yet at the same time, you're doing this live in front of a camera. But it was quite a cultural shock, I can tell you.
And production-wise, did they surprise you with anything of saying, okay, let's see how good you are, Jeff, we're going to throw you into the arena, not tell you what you're going to sell, and go?
So we did one scene in India where we showed up at this village, actually in Delhi, actually a small little sort of marketplace, and the guy says, we got something here, we want to tell you what it is. And it's a bag. What's in the bag? I'm not telling you. Okay, put it down. Let me figure it out. Roll the camera and let it roll. Mm-hmm. So here I am in front of about 1,000 people in this crazy village. There's camels, donkeys, all this crazy stuff going around. I open up this bag, and it's puppets. And I'm going, oh my God. So anyway, I put these puppets down, and I'm sitting there, and I'm on the street corner. Anybody want to buy a puppet? Anybody want to buy a puppet? And people thought at first I was a little bit crazy, and then you start to get used to this whole attire. And I'm getting my ass kicked. So these things are 200 rupee. That's what I need out of these things. Mm-hmm. And I sell the first one at 100 because I just couldn't do it. Anyway, this guy comes walking by, and he's from the UK, and he says, you're the liquidator. Turn it around. I go, what do you mean by that? Turn it around. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. So then I tried it again, and I said, you know what? A guy of my class in your village selling you puppets, you should be lucky to buy this puppet off me. Anyway, I started selling them, and it was quite funny. After this whole event happened, I sold about 8 or 9 puppets or 10 puppets. I realized the puppets weren't even finished because they were marionettes, but they didn't actually have the marionette part. But I still managed to get rid of a bunch of puppets, so it was cool.
The psychology behind it, and the cultural boundaries, always interesting. And then sometimes, I mean, you go for puppets, and I'm hearing next week there was some risque attire that was involved with the sale.
Well, that's what's unique about this year. It's basically throwing Jeff Schwarz in a situation without him knowing what's going on. So we're in Palm Springs, and we're at this place, and this guy's selling some antiques, and it's kind of boring. It's, yeah, I'll give you $50 for this. And the directors are there. They don't really get involved in actually what's happening. So they said, well, we got a room in here we want to show you. And I said, what could be in this room? More antiques? We open up this room, and it's full of every bondage, strap, whip, leather, get up you could actually imagine. And I'm going, what? I couldn't talk. So the director goes, you're not going to buy this. Normally they don't say anything. I go, you know what? It's Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's do it. So I negotiate with a guy. Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I bought what you read about and what you see when you watch those videos that are nuts. This was crazy. Anyway, I get this stuff, and we take it to a gay bar, and we basically phone this guy, please could we do this? So we had a liquidation on a pool table in a gay bar in Palm Springs. And let me tell you something, it was, you want to talk about shocking? It was shocking.
We're going to see how this shakes down next week. Now, when you look at the idea, no matter what scenario you were in or what the item is, how do you know this person is, on their last string, they will not budge, this is the lowest price they're going to offer?
You know what? The art of selling, it doesn't matter if you're buying a $5 item or a $5 million item. Everybody's trying to get it cheap. Everybody's trying to make a buck. Everybody's trying to minimize their losses. So ultimately, it doesn't matter what product it is out there from anything, even clothes, like when you walk into a retail store. It's all about just playing with it. And if you can figure out a way to sort of, it's like chess in a way, you're sort of looking how to get ahead of this guy and he's trying to get ahead of you. And if you can win that game, which it is, and don't take anything personally no matter what happens, and on the end you're going to come out ahead, or at least coming out minimizing your losses. And that's what the show this year was so much different, because it was basically, here you go. Here you are, like in India, where when you see these street kids that walk up to your car and they said, Jeff, we want you to teach these kids how to negotiate. Nope, we're not doing it this way. What do you mean? We're going to call the street kids over here. We're going to show them how to get those windows open when they're selling their whatever they're selling. So we said to the guys, this is what we're going to do. Take a piece of paper. We're going to write the word free on here. The kid goes, I'm not giving away for free. I'm not giving away for free. Watch this. So you walk up to the window and you say free. Now all of a sudden you've got their attention instead of looking away from the guy on the side of the road. So they look at the sign, they go free, and the next thing they go, now what happens? When the guy asks you what's for free, when he opens his window, you're 50% in. Now you got to close it. So it doesn't matter if you're selling something for 200 rupee or 200 million rupee. It's the same concept.
Just starting that conversation of the sale itself. Well, you can watch it play out OLN Thursday nights. Always good to have you on the show.
Always good to be here.
Can't wait till next week's episode.